we have a gauge for why I say everybody's about their business doing everything. And I think this is a pretty accurate gauge of the American people, or at least those under 35. I probably shouldn't say that because I like Spider-Man too. But Spider-Man, for the weekend, they were the second best all-time grossing weekend for their opening. The second best. So look, people are obviously out. If you're going to an enclosed movie theater, you're doing pretty good. You really don't care much about anything. You're going to do what you got to do. And I think it's a gauge of attitude. It's a gauge of what the American people want to do. It's a gauge of everybody sick and tired of being locked down. It's a gauge of losing your freedom. It is a gauge of a lot of things. One is people have the money to spend. If they get COVID, oh well, they're isolate for now, according to the CDC, 5 days. They will isolate for 5 days. That's what the CDC has changed their isolation or quarantine, whatever you want to call it, period, to 5 days. So I think Spider-Man gauge is a great gauge of what American people really think about COVID. And this has got to be killing the far left, who still wants and needs more control. I know I've been saying this for a number of months, but it bears repeating based on what we are seeing. If you saw anything of the president yesterday, Democrats have to know they're going to lose 40 to 50 seats. And I would suspect 4 or 5 in the Senate. They have to know it. I mean, the approval rating, those that would, according to CNBC, oh, no, it's a Fox News poll. According to a Fox News poll, 38% of the people are glad they voted for Biden. Now, that just goes to show there's a lot of clueless people out there. That's number one. Or a lot of people that are just don't care what he does. It's about their own ideology first. But that means the vast majority of people are not going to vote, or they're going to vote for a Republican. Now, I believe that we are going to see an enormous amount of people that just aren't going to vote. I would suspect that there's a possibility that there may be a record amount of non-voters, not from Republicans, because Republicans have to come out in an all-time record number like they did in Virginia. But Democrats, they're not going to be able to bring themselves to voting for a Republican, so they're just not going to vote at all, and they're going to stay home. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion, and it's going to be a landslide across almost every state. So it'll be interesting to watch that, but nobody seems to be caring much about that. Nobody is watching that very closely, at least those on the left don't seem to care. And they can thank all the Democrats, all of you Democrats that are going to lose your seat in the House of Representatives. First of all, I want to personally thank you this year for sticking to your guns of your moronic ideology of Nancy Pelosi. So I want to thank you for that. I'm glad you've never wavered. Thank you. We all appreciate it very much. We will appreciate it far more come next November. But we thank you for that. We hope that you can stay as convicted for your ideology for the rest of, for the balance of 2022, so that we can solidify those 40 or 50 seats in the House of Representatives. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.